Persia! A few years later, King Xerxes continues to sit on the throne, and Esther continues to be his queen. Everyone is happy, and Persia is pleasant in every single way.
Dear Mordecai, I'm glad to hear that you are climbing up in the political world. It's nice to see you sitting by the gate with the other leaders where you belong. I've had to fight the impulse to run up and embrace you. Imagine what people would say. Queen Esther was caught embracing a Jewish man. They'd talk for centuries. As for myself, life is surprisingly simple. An ordinary day is somehow still my everyday. It's not as glamorous as I thought it would be. You'd think by being queen I'd live in an exciting way. But I don't do much of anything. I get lots of pedicures. At least I have a caring husband. How I love the times when we... Erase that. I can't lie to him. Right, in all honesty, he spends more time down at the harem than he does with me. Somehow I pictured myself in love with my husband. But don't worry about me. I am safe and well, and at least I have Tala to keep me company. Miss you dearly, Hadassah.
We need to review the plan and practice. You must practice. Are we alone?
Yep. Yeah, we're alone.
Good. What is the first step?
Oh, I don't remember.
Imbecile! You escort him on his nightly stroll. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
Imbecile! You escort him on his nightly stroll.
Just say the plan.
Oh, yeah. What was the plan again?
You escort him on his nightly stroll.
I escort him on his nightly stroll.
Better, but keep your voice down. Next step, you search the area. Make sure you're alone.
I search the area.
Try not stopping so much.
Oh, sorry.
That's much better. Next, you casually steer the conversation towards the subject of polo.
Oh, polo. Yes, I love polo.
Then, you cleverly offer to show the king your new polo mallet. Show me! You have to practice!
Here you go, King. I got a new polo mallet.
Good. Last step, you suddenly smash the polo mallet into the king's cranium with all your strength.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I thought you still want me to practice.
You're not supposed to kill me. You're supposed to kill the king.
Oh, sorry. Are you sure you don't want to do it? It seems a little complicated for me.
What's complicated? Step 1, your job will be to take him on his nightly stroll. Step 2, you take a look around, make sure that you're alone. Step 3, you talk about polo. Step 4, you ask if you could show him your new mallet. He will not say no. Step 5, you take the mallet out and bash him on the head. Step 6, you go. Now repeat this verbatim.
Tala, how is she?
She's fine.
Good, I have a very important message for her.
Take a stroll where all alone I talk about croquet.
No, polo, stupid. Polo, polo, polo.
Okay.
Really?
I bring up polo, not croquet. I casually mention, hey, I bought a mallet just the other day.
I must tell Esther.
And when he asks to see it, I run away.
Now go.
No. I'm shocked how you could be so dull. Your head is just an empty hull. The most important part of the entire plan is that you break his skull.
Esther! Mordecai has overheard a plot to kill the king. What? Mordecai has... No, I heard you have to do something.
So don't tell me everything, and once I hear, then I will bring the news into the court before the king. Wait, I can't go to him. The law, I can't go without being summoned.
But it's his life.
Even with news like this, he could take one look at me, and I'd be the next Vashti. I have to tell someone else. Haman, I can trust him. He'll be in the court tonight to share the news and set things right, so tell him that I sent you, and the one who overheard was Mordecai.
Haman!
So, to make a long story short, later when the king was on his throne with his advisors and his nobles by his side to all take note and to record the daily happenings of Persia, a trap was being set by those two saps who didn't know that they were hapless fools with mouths. That's when Haman with the secret knowledge came into the court and started naming names which made the king inflame with rage. A fright to see.
Hang the dirty traitors! You don't mess with me.
Haman, I am forever indebted to you.
Well, to be fair, I heard the news from Queen Esther, and she heard from a man named Mordecai, and there may have been a servant girl involved.
Yes. Mimicon, keep the details on this Mordecai and write it in the annals. But Haman, you must be rewarded. You have always been such great service to me. It's high time I gave you a promotion. I hereby promote you to second in command.
Your Majesty,
You deserve it. I will command the whole nation to bow to you, and you will always be at my right hand. Mimicon?
All bow to the Honorable Haman.
Thank you. You're really too kind. I made it, and no one ever thought I could. The game that I played, it paid off because I played so good. So now that I've played it and made it like I knew I would, this world will bow to me. I made it, and no one ever thought I could. The game that I played, it paid off because I played so good. So now that I've played it and made it like I knew I would, this world will bow to me.
Great citizens of Persia, King Xerxes the Magnificent has declared that all bow to the Honorable Haman, Persia's second in command. Great citizens of Persia, King Xerxes the Magnificent has declared that all bow to the Honorable Haman. Great citizens of Persia, King Xerxes the Magnificent... Excuse me, did you happen to hear the king's decree? Okay, assuming you didn't hear the decree, King Xerxes has declared that all bow to the Honorable Haman.
Yes.
So that actually means you are required to bow. Right now, because that's Haman.
Yes.
So who are you, and why are you still not bowing?
My name is Mordecai, and I will not bow because I am a Jew.
Okay. This went on for a few days. Bow.
No.
Okay. Bow.
No.
They're bowing,
No.
give me my rightful due. They're
bow.
bowing right
No.
now through the land. My name is Front Page News.
Well, one man's not bowing. It's Mordecai the zealous Jew.
Oh, really? And he won't bow because he's a Jew?
Yes.
That explains it.
Really? I found his response to be rather insufficient.
No, it makes perfect sense. He is a Jew, and I am an Agagite.
Uh-huh.
You still don't get it, do you?
Not really, no.
Of course not. You're my inferior.
Agreed.
Essentially, we are sworn enemies because of an ancient dispute between our ancestors.
I thought he wouldn't bow because Jews only bow to their God.
He doesn't give me the respect I deserve. He hates me, and I hate him right back. In fact, all Jews hate me. They won't rest until I'm dead.
That is unacceptable.
Yes, it is. And it has ruined my entire celebration.
Is the parade finished yet, or must we continue to grovel at your feet?
Wife, how pleasant to see you.
Dinner is waiting. Of course, we're all very proud of you, Haman, but no matter how famous you become, you still have a wife and 10 sons.
My wife has a talent for warming the heart. You know, Memicon, sometimes I wonder if anyone really loves me.
What are you talking about? Everyone loves you. All of Persia has been falling at your feet like blubbering idiots all day.
Not all of Persia. Mordecai the Jew wouldn't bow.
Why wouldn't he bow?
It's complicated.
We'll execute him.
Yes, but that would not truly solve the problem. There are plenty of other Jews in Persia, every one of them just as stubborn as Mordecai. As long as they're around, I won't get the respect I deserve. I should be worshipped.
Yes, you should, so get rid of them.
What, wipe them all out one by one?
No, kill them all at the same time.
That's preposterous. You cannot just take out an entire percentage of the population.
Haman, you are the second most powerful human being in the world. You don't have to play by the rules. King Xerxes sits on his throne like a puppet, while you are pulling the strings. You have all the power in the world at your disposal. Why don't you use it to do some good?
You may have a point there. This would be a very good thing. I deserve this.
You worked so hard.
Persia deserves this.
Yeah!
They don't belong here. No. They could rise up and take over everything.
Yeah!
I'll speak to the king.
Yeah!
Thank you, wife. I feel much better now. I'm very fortunate to own a woman like you.
Yes, you are.
When you're the second in command, you don't deal with this. When there is someone you can't stand, take aim, you won't miss. After all, isn't that the grand point of having influence? King Xerxes.
Oh, Haman, what can I do for you?
Well, Your Majesty, I have recently learned of a certain dangerous group of people scattered throughout your kingdom. They follow a different set of laws than those of the great King Xerxes and should not be tolerated any longer.
I should think not.
I have already formulated a plan.
Of course you have. What's the plan?
Well, if it please the king, let the entire race of dangerous people be destroyed. I think casting lots would be the simplest way to choose a date for the extermination. And to make it more profitable for your greatness, I will personally deposit 10,000 talents into the royal treasury.
Oh, Haman, when you put it like that, do whatever seems best to you. Here, I'll give you my signet ring so that you can decree whatever seems right.
The signet ring? Thank you, Your Majesty. It is an honor to protect my king and his kingdom. I made it, and now the world will know I did. And those in my way, every man and woman, every kid, they'll all soon be slayed thanks to 1,000 talent bid. Now the world will bow to me. Memicon, I have a job for you. I want you to write down a new decree in the name of the great King Xerxes.
Certainly.
On the 13th day of the month of Adar, all Jews throughout the Persian Empire are to be annihilated. No one will escape. Young and old, women and children. All will be killed in one day. Those who assist the empire in this endeavor will plunder the Jewish goods as a reward. Now go, send a copy of the decree to every province, and make sure it's proclaimed aloud so all people will be ready for our day of freedom.
Our day of freedom. Certainly, I will dispatch the message immediately. Couriers!
I made it, and now the world will know I did.
Great citizens of Susa, on the 13th day of the month of Adar, all Jews throughout the Persian Empire are to be annihilated.
Those in my way, every man and woman, every kid.
Great citizens of Egypt, on the 13th day of the 12th month of Adar, all Jews throughout the Persian Empire will be annihilated.
They'll all soon be slayed thanks to 1,000 talent bid.
Great citizens of Ethiopia,
Macedonia,
Arabia,
India.
No one will escape, young or old, women or children.
Too hard, I've come too far, so now that's just the way things are. All the Jews for one small fee.
great citizens of Jerusalem, all will be destroyed in one day.
Now the world will bow to me.
The Lord upholds are falling, and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look to you. You open your hand. You satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, and kind in all
Mordecai? Is that you? It's Tala.
Tala, go to the queen and give her this, a copy of the king's decree. Tell her she must go to the king and plead with him on behalf of our people. We have been sold to Haman for 10,000 talents.
Sold to Haman?
Go. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me? From the words of my groaning.
Esther, wake up.
Oh my God, I cried.
Esther, wake up.
Tala, what's wrong?
It's Mordecai.
Mordecai?
Yes, he's right outside.
Why? What is that noise?
It's him.
He
tore his clothes and he's weeping, chanting some prayer. I barely recognized him. He asked me to give you this. He said that you must go to the king and plead on behalf of your people because they've been sold to Haman for 10,000 talents.
Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not
And he wants me to go to the king?
But I find no rest.
Does he have any idea what he's asking? Give me your cloak. I have to speak with him and get him some clothes.
But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by mankind and despised by the people. All who see me mock me. They wag their heads. But he trusts in the Lord. Let him deliver him. Let him rescue him, for he delights in him. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from
Mordecai! I brought you some new clothes.
I don't need new clothes.
I can't believe this is happening. What are you going to do? Will you try to escape?
And go where? We're going to be exterminated all over the world. I am safer in Susa near my queen. Will you go to your husband?
Mordecai, you don't understand what you're asking. If anyone goes to the king without being called, the penalty is death. Unless he's so merciful to extend the golden scepter.
But you're his wife. The king would be merciful.
No! I have not married a merciful king. And he hasn't called me for 30 days. I would be breaking the law and I would die.
But as his queen...
A queen is easily replaced.
So you would choose your life over thousands of lives.
Mordecai, I would go if I thought it would do any good. But the situation is hopeless.
You've changed, Hadassah. You used to believe that our Creator could do anything.
It's easy to believe that in stories, but this is real life, my life.
Have you forgotten what our Creator has promised? You think it's a coincidence that you, an orphan, have become queen? Who knows? Perhaps you have been brought to the kingdom for such a time as this.
Why would he want to use me? I've failed him. I've married an uncircumcised pagan who's forgotten me. For many years I've lived this life, a Persian queen, the great king's wife. I've blended in, I've passed their test. I've all but sold my soul, just like the rest.
But Hadassah...
And now you come to bring this news of certain death for all the Jews. For such a time as this you think that God would use a coward like me.
But life, you've been promised life. I thought you believed your God is by your side. If stories of your God are true, then wouldn't he come through? You said he cared for failures too. I'm so sorry, it's not my place.
No, you're absolutely right. You know she's right, Hadassah. God does not make promises based on how perfect you are. It's not about you. And it wasn't about David, who committed adultery and murder. Or Abraham, a coward who was willing to give his wife to another man.
Or Jacob, or Lot, or countless others. God can work through anyone. But if you keep silent, I know that deliverance will rise up from another place, and you will be held accountable for your actions.
Go. Gather all the Jews to be found in Susa, and hold a fast on my behalf. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my young women will also fast as you do. Then I will go to the king, though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish.
Hadassah, if we shall never meet again, my only comfort lies in God who gives us hope. So when we say goodbye, we do recognize one day there'll be no more goodbyes.
Tala, go with Mordecai and help him gather the people. And pray with him. Tell everyone to pray. Oh God, you have promised life, but if it's my time, then I will die. Oh God, hold my life in your hands.
Oh God, give her strength.
Give her strength.
So she won't be weak.
She won't be weak.
Oh God, keep her wise.
Keep her wise.
Give her words to speak.
Give her words to speak. Oh God, hold her close as she stands. Don't let her fall. Come, my people, unite behind your sister. Come, my God, bring favor to this queen. Should I go into the courts of peril, I'll defy the edict of the king. And if I die, I die.
El Shaddai, please hold this fragile woman. Oh Most High, her life is in your hands. Make her way, extend the golden scepter when she goes. She must go.
I will go. And if I die, don't let me
You've done it again. Well, I don't have much to discuss today. I'm in a rather festive mood. Ready for another party. Perhaps a banquet.
Oh, a banquet would be delightful.
Yes. Haman, who's that?
That is your queen, Esther.
Ah, she's beautiful. Don't I have a beautiful queen? Did you call for her?
No, your majesty, she must have come uninvited.
But that's against the law.
Yes, the penalty is death.
She's blatantly ignoring the law. Just like Vashti.
Well, remember, she once helped to save your life. Perhaps she has something important to say.
That could be. Queen Esther, you are breaking the law. But you look so lovely today. Besides, Haman reminded me that you once helped to save my life. So what is it? What's your request? I'm inclined to give you anything, even half my kingdom.
Thank you, Your Majesty, and Haman. If it please the king, I would like to invite you to a banquet, a feast. Let the king and Haman come to a feast that I have prepared today.
Oh, a feast! How charming. We would love to come.
Thank you.
Well, Mimicon.
Court is adjourned. That very evening, the king and Haman feasted with Queen Esther. It was a marvelous, intimate feast. The food was delicious, the wine flowed, and the men drank excessively.
Haman! Oh. You forgot there was a lady!
Queen Esther! Queen Esther, you must forgive me. So rude.
Now, Esther. What was your request? Sure, it was important.
Thank you, Your Majesty. If it please the king.
First, I have something more important to say. Stop moving. Queen Xerxes, King Esther. I am so full of happiness. I could burst. I am so happy. I have to give a toast. Here's to a good old time with good old friends.
Moving on.
Here's to reaching the top and being the best.
And moving on.
And here's to the greatest king, the greatest queen, and to me, why not?
And to you, Haman. Haman. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Oh, I'd like to give a toast as well. Here's to a lovely feast with lovely folks.
Moving on.
Here's to fantastic wine. Isn't this wine fantastic?
Yes, and moving on.
And here's to Esther. I never heard your request. What was it? Up to half my kingdom.
If it please the king, and if I have found favor, I ask for just one thing. My wish and my request is...
Queen Esther, forgive me, I'm so rude, I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. You were saying.
This has been such a lovely evening. I'd like to try it again. Here's to another feast tomorrow night.
Another feast.
Here's to my better half and his best friend. Another feast.
And here's to my beauty queen, my right-hand man to power.
Feasting.
Cooking.
To Haman, Haman.
To Haman.
To you, and you. Excuse me,
Yes.
do you know who I am?
Yes.
You're still not bowing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course not. You're Mordecai the Jew.
Yes.
Well then, until the 13th day of Adar, when you and all your people will be annihilated.
Good night, Haman.
Good night!
Haman, how is the feast? You have to tell me everything. The food, the clothing.
Silence!
Oh. Can I get you anything? Milk, water, or warm cup of...
Wife! I need you to be quiet. And I need you to rub my feet. I've had a most distressing day.
Something went wrong at the feast?
No, the feast was perfect. I was perfect, entertaining and charming. And as usual, Mordecai the Jew has ruined my entire day.
Haman, how could you let a worthless Jew have this kind of an effect on you? You need to focus on more successful parts of your life. There's so many of them to choose from. You are wealthier than all other Persians, save the king. You have been promoted countless times, more than any other official. Even Queen Esther has recognized your power and singled you out to attend the royal feast.
And I'm to attend another such feast tomorrow night. And all of this means nothing as long as Mordecai the Jew continues to sit at the king's gate.
He still refuses to bow?
Yes, it's infuriating.
Well, if that's all that's troubling you, get rid of him.
But I have no more patience!
So get rid of him tomorrow. Remember, Haman, you have power. Let there be gallows, 50 cubits high. And in the morning, tell the king to have Mordecai hanged on them. Then, All your troubles will be gone, and you can go happily to the next feast.
A very simple solution. I wish I had thought of it.
Sometimes a woman is needed for such things.
Yes, now leave me alone. You're giving me a headache.
Of course. Good night, Haman.
The king cannot sleep tonight, and I've been honored with the task of reading him the royal annals, the book of memorable deeds. They're quite thrilling.
Mimicon, are you falling asleep?
Of course not, Your Majesty, just daydreaming. I beg your pardon. Next in the book of memorable deeds, Bigthan and Teresh plotted a conspiracy against the king. It was discovered by Mordecai the Jew, and word was sent to King Xerxes.
Mordecai the Jew? I don't remember that part. Has anything been done to reward him?
Nothing at all, Your Majesty.
That's unacceptable. Something must be done immediately. Quick, see if anyone's in the royal court.
Oh, it's still quite early, you know, Your Majesty.
Mimicon?
Haman! What a coincidence. His Majesty wishes to speak with you.
Your Majesty?
Oh, Haman, just the man I wanted to see.
And you're just the man I wanted to see.
Oh, fantastic. I'll go first. What should be done for the man whom the king delights to honor?
Delights to honor? This man must be very deserving and important.
Absolutely.
Well then, I know exactly what to do. First, bring a set of royal robes that the king himself has worn. And bring one of the king's favorite horses. Let one of his majesty's highest officials lead the man through the city and proclaim, "Thus shall it be done for the man whom the king delights to honor."
Ha! That's perfect. Brilliant. Yes, I want you to do everything you've said. The horse, the robes, everything. For Mordecai the Jew. Mordecai, he sits at the king's gate.
Yes, we're acquainted.
Oh, good. I want the ceremony to last all day. And Haman, I want you to sing a song in his honor. The greatest song ever written. Can you do that?
I will do exactly as you say.
Oh, good.
Thus shall it be done for the man whom the king delights to honor.
Who's that man who saved the king? Who's the reason why we stand and sing? Who's that man who wins the prize? Who is favored in King Xerxes' eyes?
Mordecai, we love him, so we speak his name. Our faces glow. Oh, Mordecai, he can't be beat. He simply is a treat. Mordecai's the best there is. We sat down and we wrote a list of Mordecai's best attributes, which no one can refute. He's friendly and he's very smart. He's funnier than modern art. His beaming smile could melt the coldest heart. Please kill me, Mordecai. He wins the prize. He's favored in King Xerxes' eyes. So Mordecai, this song's for you. We hope your dreams come true.
This celebration went on 4 hours.
Mordecai's the nicest, truest. When he sneezes, he says, "Bless you." Oh, Mordecai's considerate. That's why he's such a hit. Mordecai, he takes the cake. He puts the shake and bake. Yes, Mordecai, he's no man's fool. That's why he's really cool. He's totally a muscle man. There's nobody who's stronger than him. He could kill a bear with his bare hand. Mordecai goes to our head. There's only one thing to be said. Mordecai, a battle cry, a cry. What a guy! What a guy, what a guy, what a guy, what a guy. Brave and daring, loving, loyal. He's an honorary royal. Oh, but wait, there's more. What a guy, what a guy, what a guy, what a guy. Ain't nobody else who can come close to being quite as handsome. Oh, we just adore that. Mordecai, he's won the hearts of every person in these words. So Mordecai will tell you now how great you are and how.
Not only is Mordecai worthy of the greatest song ever sung, but he's also worthy of the greatest dance ever danced!
the name of this trip break? I thought she's such a gem. Mordecai, 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 Mordecai. Just to show you we're not lazy, spell it backwards.
IACEDROM.
Mordecai, he wins the prize. He's favored in King Xerxes' eyes. So Mordecai, this song's for you. We hope your dream comes. Mordecai, oh 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 Mordecai, Mordecai.
Haman, are you bowing to me?
Haman,
Wife, I have just emerged from the lowest circle of Hades.
have you gone mad? I can't be seen with you like this. Put yourself together.
There's nothing left to put together. I have spent the entire day lauding, groveling at the feet of the man I hate most, Mordecai the Jew.
How could you let that happen?
I had no choice. It was the king's order.
The king's order, but... Haman, you must be joking. The plan was to hang...
Zeresh, stop laughing. It is your duty to comfort me.
No, but you must be joking, Haman, because if what you say is true, then you're obviously cursed. I'm sure Mordecai worships the Jewish God, and if that God is against you, then you have...
Silence! I command you to keep your lies to yourself. Now, help me get ready. I have another feast to attend tonight. I must pretend as if this day never happened.
Oh, Esther, you have done it again. What's your secret? How are these meals so deliciously prepared?
It's kosher.
What's kosher?
Just an ethnic sort of thing.
Ah. Well, whatever it is, it's delicious. Thank you for preparing it.
Anything for my noble king.
Haman, you were awfully quiet this evening. How did today go with that man? What was his name?
Mordecai the Jew.
Oh, yes. Was he properly praised and honored?
Oh, yes.
Good. He deserved it. Esther, as much as I appreciate 2 extraordinary feasts with lovely food and fantastic wine, you couldn't have gone to all this trouble to cook for me. Your request must be important, and it will be fulfilled, I assure you.
If I have found favor in your sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be granted me for my wish and my people for my request.
Your life? Is the life of my queen in danger?
We have been sold. My people are to be destroyed, annihilated. If we had been sold merely as slaves, I would have been silent.
Who? Who is he, and who would do this?
It's Haman.
Surely not that Haman.
It is that Haman. He is a foe and enemy.
You would do this? Your Majesty, I can assure you.
Silence!
Queen Esther, this must be some sort of horrible misunderstanding. I would never try to hurt you. You must forgive me.
You did not forgive my cousin Mordecai, the Jew.
Your cousin? Mordecai is your cousin?
Yes, and your noble queen is Jewish.
Oh, Queen Esther, you must forgive me. I would never harm you. Even if I had known, I would never try to harm you. You must give me my life. Queen Esther, you must give me my life. You must give me my life.
The queen! What is this? Will he even assault the queen in my presence? In my own house? Give me the signet ring. Seize him.
Perhaps your majesty would find it useful to know that Haman has constructed a gallows on which to hang Mordecai the Jew.
Perfect. Hang him on that. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Good. This situation is unbelievable. What were you saying about your people? Who are they?
My people are Jewish.
Jewish. So Haman wanted to kill the Jews. Mordecai's a Jew. He saved my life.
He's my cousin. He's like a father to me.
Mimicon, go get Mordecai. Bring him here. Esther, if I only knew. Why didn't you tell me? Were you afraid of me?
Afraid?
When you came into my court. You knew I might get rid of you?
Yes.
That must have taken courage.
You could say that.
I've seen it before, mostly in soldiers, but I never expected it in a woman.
Well, it wasn't always there.
I'm suddenly overcome by a strange emotion. I've always thought of my queen as a necessity. I never expected to...
Yes?
Well, I never really expected to actually care for my queen.
Well, your queen cares for the king in return. What? What is it?
I can't change the decree. No one can revoke a law once it has been issued by the king, not even the king himself.
But your majesty, this means I should be killed too.
No, I won't let that happen. I'll make a new law, allowing the Jews to defend themselves and kill their attackers.
And that would keep people from attacking us in the first place.
Exactly.
Hadassah?
Mordecai!
I hadn't had the chance to personally thank you for saving my life. You have my deepest gratitude. And Esther tells me you're like a father to her. You seem like a man of great character. Perhaps you might be able to assist me. You see, I've recently lost my right-hand man, and, well, I need someone trustworthy to fill the position.
Me? You want me to be your second in command?
Yes, if you'll accept.
Of course. I would be happy to serve my king.
Good. Your first order of business will be to wear my signet ring and put a new law into effect, allowing the Jews to defend themselves.
Thank you, Your Majesty. On behalf of all the Jewish people, it is an honor to serve you.
Yes. Now go on, get out of here. There's much to be done.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Well, I wasn't about to search for another queen. I would never have found one like you. I suppose you may go now. You must be exhausted after all this feasting.
Yes.
Esther,
Yes?
before you go, would you dance with me?
Of course. But there's no music.
Oh, no worries. Mimicon can fix that. Mimicon!
Yes, Your Majesty?
I won't be needing this anymore. Could you make some music for us, please?
Certainly. His Royal Highness, King Xerxes the Magnificent,
No, Mimicon. I mean the sort of music one can dance to.
I understand. Musicians! His Majesty requires music!
Thank you. He's quite good at that.
King Xerxes' new decree spread quickly throughout the entire Persian Empire. Great citizens of Susa! King Xerxes has declared that Jewish people in every city may defend themselves from any armed force that might attack them. And he has also promoted Mordecai the Jew to second in command.
What? Are you sure about that? Mordecai the Jew?
Well, it's actually quite fashionable to be Jewish these days. And I know fashion.
Agreed. Well, Queen Esther is Jewish, and the great Mordecai is Jewish.
I'm Jewish. Yup. I'm a beautiful 37-year-old Jewish woman.
I'm totally Jewish.
Isn't that wonderful? I happen to be Jewish myself.
This continued for months. People all over Persia feared and respected the Jews, and this inspired them to claim Jewish identity.
Well, come to think of it, I believe I have a Jewish great uncle or cousin or something.
On the appointed day of annihilation, the Jewish people were victorious. The next day became a Jewish holiday, a day of gladness and feasting and exchanging gifts, especially gifts to the poor. They named the holiday Purim and declared that it should be celebrated and remembered throughout every generation. As for Esther, she led the celebration with her cousin Mordecai, Persia's second in command.
You were there when my faith was new. You were there when I lost my need for you. You were there at the start of each day. You were there when I thought you had faded away. You were there when I thought I was fine. You were there when my life was on the line. You were there when I desperately looked above. You were there when I did not deserve your love. And oh, I love you, my King. And all through my life, you loved me. Life, we've been given life, even through the dark. You have been our guide, just like